All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Bacha HaKodash. Daban is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity, and also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And as you can see, the title of this lesson is going to be an example of humility, King Canute, and the wave. Now, I'm doing this lesson because humility is something that you must exercise in the faith, all right? In this thing of ours, man, at some point in your walk, pride and arrogance can overtake you, all right? Especially if you know a lot, especially if you get a certain position, or a title, is a certain expectation, all right? But with that comes pride and arrogance, all right? But one thing that you must do in this thing of ours, man, is check yourself, all right? Don't let nobody flatter you into destruction, right? Don't let people, puff you up into your demise, okay? In this thing of ours, all right, if you've been here for some years, man, you see what titles and pride and views and likes and all these things do to people in this digital internet age, okay? It truly turned them into a whole different person, really into an ugly person in the spirit, man, all right? Guys can't be told anything. They're always right, and so on and so forth, okay? Pride and arrogance will get you destroyed, right? It will get you destroyed, man. The Most High not looking for pride, okay? And it tells you in the scriptures that pride is pretty much the first thing that separates you from the Most High, man, okay? And make you disliked by the Most High and man. Because first and foremost, we're all just flesh and blood beings, okay? You're flesh and blood, bro. One day, if you live long enough, you're going to die. And then what? All that pride and arrogance for what? You're dead. And you're leaving behind a legacy with a stain, okay? Because you was a terrible person, man. The Most High not dealing with that, okay? Don't let flattery, and praise get to your head, man. It's cool, all right, brother say, oh, bro, you cold, bro, okay, cool. But the praise go to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all right? Now, I want to get into King Canute here, all right? This guy here, he was a great Viking king, okay? And he was the first Viking king to sit on the throne of England, okay? He was a very mighty king. And people thought highly of him. Some people even thought that he had powers, okay? But this account here of this guy is going to show you that he was a humble king, somewhat, right? According to this account. And I do remember, man, a while back, the Apostle Gabar, he actually went into this account, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Apostle Gabar went into this account here about King Canute. But it came back to my memory, from watching the Netflix series I'm watching. It's called Viking Valhalla, okay? And King Canute, he is one of the main characters in that TV show, all right? So without further ado, man, I get into this article here, and then I also play a small portion of a video, grab some precepts, and I'll close out. So it says, Canute and the Waves, a misunderstood story. It says, Canute the Great 985, 95 to 1035 AD, was the most successful ruler of the Anglo-Saxon period. At the height of his power, he was King of England, Denmark, Norway, parts of Sweden, and overlord of Scotland. So this man was a great man. He was well known. Okay. He had riches, he had power, he had honor. Okay, he was a mighty warrior. It says he put an end to Viking attacks on Britain and paid off the standing army, thus abolishing the numerous taxes which had been used to pay them. He reinstated the rulers of King Edgar, an earlier well-respected English king, and attended the coronation in Rome of the Emperor Conrad II, resulting in his reputation as a true partner to Europe. His achievements all but forgotten, Canute is now mainly known for a single misinterpreted story, Canute and the Waves. So he most known, all right, to the public, so-called, for this story about him and the wave, right? Him being at sea or being put at the sea, right? It says the story originated with Henry of Huttenden, 1088 to 1157, in his Historia Anglorum, History of the English People, and historical account commissioned by the Bishop of Lincoln. Most are familiar with the beginning of the story. King Canute, being an arrogant ruler, had his throne placed on the banks of the Thames, waiting for the tide to come in. As the tide rose, Canute stood and held out his hand, demanding the waves recede. Now, they don't go into it in this article here, but he did that because his people, his men, all right, as I said earlier, they thought that he had some kind of special power because of the success that he had, you know? He was ruling over multiple kingdoms, right? Of multiple countries. He had power, honor, riches. You know, he was undefeated pretty much. So they put him on a pedestal and pretty much treated him like he was a god. Some people thought he was a god, okay? Especially among the Vikings. There was very superstitious people, okay? So he did this act to pretty much show them his humility, right? It says, with the greatest vigor, he commanded that his chair should be set on the shore when the tide began to rise. Then he spoke to the rising sea, saying, "You are part of my dominion, and the ground that I am seated upon is mine, nor has anyone disobeyed my orders with impunity. Therefore, I order you not to rise onto my land, nor to wet the clothes or body of your Lord." So this is what he said, according to the account, when he got his throne set at seashore and he, gave that command to the sea, so-called, right, in front of the people. It says, most people understanding of the story stops here. The tale is often used as an example of an arrogant king performing a foolish act. However, there is more to the story. And this is the rest of it. It says, but the sea carried on rising as usual without any reverence for his person, and soaked his feet and legs. Then he, moving away, said, all the inhabitants of the world should know that the power of kings is vain and travail, and that none is worthy of the name of king, but he whose command the heaven, earth, and sea obey by eternal laws. So he showed his humility here by saying, look, bro, all the inhabitants of the world, the king is vain, is travail, right? He said, look, the power really goes to the Most High. That's the real king, okay? So he showed this example of humility in front of all of his people because they flattered him, they thought he was a god, and so on and so forth, man. But he like, no, 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 no. I'm just a man. Okay? I'm just a man, like you guys, pretty much. He showed an example like, hey, look, the sea don't obey me. The tides, the wave, the winds, they don't respect me. So ain't no need to put me on a pedestal, right? He said the praise go to the Most High. That's who controls the heaven, the earth, and the sea, right? By eternal laws. So he showed his humility by doing this act, right? It says, so there's it right there on that portion of the article. But I'm going to grab this here. All right, this is from History Profiles. It says, the greatest Viking king, Canute the Great. And this portion of this video here is going to speak about the article that I just read pretty much, right? So here we go.
Many people believed that Canute had divine powers and could control the tide. So Canute ordered his throne to be placed on the shores and commanded the sea to halt and not wet his feet. When his feet got wet, he turned to the court and said, "Let all men know how empty and worthless is the power of kings, for there is none worthy of the name, but he whom heaven, earth, and sea obey by eternal laws." The story about the tide is not about Canute's arrogance, but his humility and submission unto God, showing that even he was only a man, and the true authority and power lay with God. Canute was a devout Christian who repaired all the churches and monasteries that were looted and ravaged by his army. With his army being largely heathen, he had to tolerate.
Right, so that's the account there. Pretty much what I just read. He did that act because people thought he was a god. They thought he had powers, but through the act of him showing, hey, look, I'm a man just like you, he showed his humility, okay? And this is the same kind of humility that we must displace, all right? When people think highly of you, man, okay? Don't let those things get to your head, because it can lead to a path of you just being disobedient, being arrogant, being disrespectful, as you see amongst Israel with certain guys, man. Certain guys getting the thousands of views, and they're getting the merch and all this stuff, man, and they're getting the money. They're doing good, so-called, right? According to this world, they got the views and stuff, the women, and they on top, so to speak, right? But those things has taken them away from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? Just because you see a guy, so-called getting thousands of views and, the merch, he all over the internet, that don't mean, the Most High is with him, bro. Okay? He's so-called successful according to this world, but not successful with the Most High, bro. The way to please the Most High, bro, is with loyalty and humility. Okay? That's how you please the Most High, by being loyal to him and showing humility. Okay? Not you boasting in some carnal title or some carnal, knowledge that you got, whatever, precepts, That's good, but no. If you want to please the Most High, be loyal and show humility. All right? Now, I'm going to get a few scripture here. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, NLT Bible. This is the Apostle Paul here speaking. I'm going to start here at verse 6. It says, "If I wanted to boast, I would be no fool in doing so, because I will be telling the truth. But I won't do it because I don't want anyone to give me credit beyond what they can see in my life or hear in my message," right? Paul said, look, I could boast, but I don't want to, because I don't need nobody giving me more credit than what I deserve. Okay? And we know Paul was a great man in the ministry, right? He outworked the 12. That says a lot on his own. Okay, he said he outworked everybody. at his time. Wrote these epistles, right? And the apostles, they approve of his epistles, man. So this man was on a level, okay? He was on a deep level, right? He knew a lot. He revealed a lot, okay? So he had somewhat to boast, but Paul like, no. He says, even though I have received such wonderful revelations from the Most High, so to keep me from becoming proud, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger from Satan to torment me and keep me from becoming proud. You see that? So Paul received those great revelations, right? But the Most High gave him some to keep him humble, right? To where he can go beyond what he was. And look, once again, Paul had reason to boast. But the Most High, like, nah. So he gave him that thorn in the flesh. We don't know what it was, but whatever it was, kept him from being proud. It kept him humble and at the level what the Most High wanted him to be. Okay? So the same thing for us, man. Don't go above what you are. Okay? You are who you are, man. Don't try to portray yourself as something that you're not. This truth is not about that. It's about you being who you are, bro. Be the best you, bro. Okay? Don't try to be the best of what somebody else think of you. No, you be the best you, bro. And let the Most High iron out everything else, man. Because you can drive yourself crazy trying to please men. Okay, Paul spoke about that. Paul said, look, if I'm here to please man, then I can't be a servant of Yahushua. So there's no need to be no man pleaser, bro. Please the Most High, bro. Okay? Please Yahushua. That should be your focus. If a man don't like that, then guess what? More than likely, he's not a man of the Lord. If you're dedicated to pleasing Yahushua, a real man of the Lord will recognize that, and he'll give praise to the Most High, bro. A man who's not a man of the Lord, he won't recognize that. He gonna talk shit, say what he gonna say, like a bitch, whatever. But if you're committed to the Most High and you're obedient to the Most High, bro, the Lord will take care of you, man. But you got to be humble with this thing, like Paul is saying. Don't give me credit beyond what I am. Next piece up here, this is Romans chapter 12, verse 3. It says, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High has dealt to every man the measure of faith. Okay, so don't think highly of what you ain't, brother. Okay, you received your gift. All of us receive gifts. Okay, use your gift for righteousness. Don't try to go above beyond what you're not, bro. Okay, don't be trying to match another brother's gift. You and him might got different gifts, but you'll burn yourself out trying to do what this brother doing when your gift ain't his gift, bro. Okay, it may be a brother's gift to do a bunch of videos. That may be his gift. Now you can, get some of that motivation, right, to up your game, but don't try to match his because you might burn yourself out. To him, it may be nothing to do videos. It may be nothing for this brother to just constantly every day just going. He's just going, bro. And it's like, God damn, he don't get tired of something? Like, what's wrong with him? Why he, no, brother, that's his gift. And don't let his gift, cause you to be jealous or, some weird shit, man. That's your brother's gift, bro. Don't get mad at him for the Most High blessing him with a gift to preach or to do something, bro. That's his gift, bro. He didn't choose that gift. The Most High gave it to him. But sometimes that can bring, some jealousy and rage in a man. Oh, look at brother right here. He think, a prophet, he deep. Acting weird and shit. No, man, that's his gift, bro. Don't try to tease the man or like make him feel bad for his gift, bro. No. It said the Most High gave every man a measure of faith, a gift, a gift pretty much. Down in verse 6, it said that, having then gifts different according to the grace that is given to us. Whether prophecy, let him prophesy according to the proportion of faith. You go according to your gift, man. But the point being, Paul said, look, don't think highly that you ought to think. Okay, brother? Because you got this great gift of prophecy, or go into history, or go into the parables, or being a great speaker. Don't let that, all right, boast your head or like take you over the top. Okay? Remain humble. Lest the Most High take the gift from you, and now you're just a babbling fool. And you look crazy as hell, man. Okay? So you got to remain humble, all right? Don't let flattery, don't let, praise ruin who you are, brother. A lot of men get ruined like that, okay? Getting praise, getting fame, pat on the backs. On the back. I'll say on the backs. On the back, that can ruin you if you don't control it, okay? Some brothers not used to attention and praise, right? So getting it for the first time, he don't know how to, balance it out, right? Like some men in Israel, they ain't used to getting it, getting this much publicity, man. Here on the internet, getting thousands of views. People saying, "Oh yeah, but bro, that's cold, bro. Hell yeah!" On the comment board, sisters on the comment board, "Shalom, brother. Hey, how you doing? That was so deep and nice." Hey, man. Look, this ain't Shalom woman. Keep going, brother. All right. Don't get overtaken by it, man. It can change you into a bad person, right? Next precept here, Proverbs 25 and the 27 verses says, "It is not good to eat much honey," right? Honey is good for you, but too much honey can be bad for you. All right. It says, "So for men to search their own glory is not glory," right? Searching for your own glory, trying to get a name, trying to stand out, brother. Hey, look, that's of the world, okay? And look, you may get praise for it, right? But how do the Most High see you? That's what you should be worrying about, okay? To hell what man talking about, you better be worried about what the Most High think about you. Real talk. So trying to seek your own glory, no. You got to check yourself. You got to stop smelling yourself, check yourself. Like, hey, hell no, no. The praise go to your how about you shot, okay? And keep it that way. All right? Unless you go above what you think that you are. Real quick, it's a precept in, matter of fact, it's in Galatians. I'll grab it. I'll grab it real quick. Galatians 5, because I got Galatians 6 next, but I don't get this here. Galatians 5. In verse 26, it says, "Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another," because it's going to call a bunch of strife and envying, okay? Trying to one up somebody, trying to stand out, it's going to cause strife and envying, and head clashings, okay? I'm going to get this here in the NLT. It says, NLT, "Let us not become conceited, and provoke one another or be jealous of one another. It shouldn't be. Okay? It shouldn't be, man. It's vainglory, right? It's vainglory. Getting praise for your precepts or whatever. Okay? It's vain. As the scriptures say, what's highly esteemed among men is an abomination to the Most High, bro. That got to be in your mind. What's highly esteemed among men is an abomination to the Most High, bro. But you can get caught up in praise and, hand clapping and shit. Which you can be praised in a righteous manner, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it can, get to a point to where you start getting beside yourself, right? To the point to where if you don't get praise, you think somebody hating on you or jealous of you because you're not getting commended all the time or getting your, back tapped all the time, like, clapping and no. Just be humble, man. Okay? Just be humble. It's actually a scripture in Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs 18. Let me see here. Proverbs 18. It says, a man should be praised for his gift, I believe what it says. Yeah, here we go. Proverbs 18 and 16. A man's gift maketh room for him, right? And bringing him before great men. So having a gift, it brings you on a level, okay? Brings you before great men. But don't get too proud, man. Don't get beside yourself, okay? Because certain gifts that you can get can turn into a curse, brother. Don't you forget that part. Certain gifts that you get can turn into a curse depending on how you act, bro. It can become a damn curse to you. Because you'll know how to balance it out and humble your soul. All right. Last precept here. I'll close out. This is Galatians 6, verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. I'm going to close out with that. So, Lord will live edify, man. I'll praise you. How about you, Shah by Shimon Kakodash? Just a little quick lesson on King Canute. All right. The Viking king. Okay. He was a real king. And his example of humility and just pretty much how we can apply his story to our walk in the faith. Yeah, man, I close out with that. I'll praise you. How about you, Shai? Shalom.